Well, good morning. It is, what are we at here? June 24. This is the 20 tick chart just compressed. So we bumped back into this area yesterday morning. It kind of held. Price moved off of it. We took our last trade through here short. And then it climbed back up, made new highs, and now we've kind of bumping up into a bit of resistance here at about 360.
Which is a 161 extension from or method.
From the big 1-2 starting at 1240.
It started at 4 o'clock yesterday. The push up, but the retracement, was a 61, I think. Yeah, to 161 extension.
But the whole thing started at 1240.
Yeah.
Push up there, pull back, and then 1600. Yeah, okay. Okay, so that's what Warren's talking about here. And now we're kind of making a bit of a running into some resistance, right? Where's that double? Oh, it just broke through. Okay, right around 58.
Wow.
Lots of divergence down on the 20.
Yeah.
If you're looking at that fib, the 161, if it pulls back to the 100 from here, that would be all the way back to that prior support.
Yeah. Yeah, I've got that line up so it comes across my all my charts. Just pull back to 161. Oh shoot, it's gonna go along there.
Right back to the open, eh?
Yeah, I was
No setup on the 5 though.
no, it almost did. It came close.
Almost.
Yeah.
Needed just a little more push where that dual bar was and then a pullback.
Yeah.
And I
But
learned my
now,
lesson from yesterday. I'm not going long right now.
no, I would have on that one if it had set up on the 5, but now I believe it is gonna.
I mean, just right now where that's a beauty setup, excepting you're running right into resistance again. Potential resistance. Yeah, you would have been 8, 9 ticks into that trade, and then now it's gonna. It may go, it may not. More divergence down on the 10, divergence down on the 20. Not a high probability shot right there. Would have worked, but whoa.
Yeah. So I'm going to get rid of this analysis.
I don't know. I'm not convinced it's not coming back down. The 5-minute chart has a ton of divergence to the downside since 5 a.m. I think the higher this pushes right now, the quicker it's going to fall when it decides to turn. If it decides to turn. I do think it will, though. Look at that divergence, man.
I know.
This thing is fighting to go up. Big time. Any news today? I didn't think there was anything big today. What did you check or no?
No, I didn't check here. I'm just checking right now. Actually, there's 8:30. There was 4 jobless claims, international trade in goods, GDP, and durable goods orders. All came out today.
Is that it though?
Yeah. For the day. So all the news is done.
Market didn't really react to it, eh? At 8:30. Fairly slow opening.
Yeah.
Might be another grinding day.
long and got stopped on something I was really. I scaled back today, so I'm not. I was really apprehensive. I shouldn't have been in that trade to start with, but that's okay.
Where'd you get in?
At the top, basically at the top.
Just like a minute ago.
Yeah, like I got filled at the very top tick.
9:40:52.
Yeah.
I feel like that's about the trade I took yesterday.
Yeah.
Too much divergence down. Nice support building on the 10 RSI there at 57.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking it was building up to go up, but yeah. Gotta trust the RSI. We'll see what happens here.
Oh, I see what you're saying. It was making higher lows.
Yeah, that just felt like
Yeah, it was.
what I
Yeah, no, good point. It was making higher lows, but I was seeing it more as it was just making a support zone, even though they were technically all a little bit higher than the previous. Well, it's just kind of been inching up for all week, so I wouldn't be surprised if it gets slapped back down today. Five-minute chart looks heavy. Divergence down. 15-minute chart looks heavy with divergence down. 30-minute chart looks heavy with divergence down. So I think every time frame is saying it needs to drop or wants to drop. 60-minute chart is also heavy and looks like it has divergence to the downside. So all indications to me are pointing down, even though it's running up.
See what it does here. If it rejects at this at 385 area, if it keeps
Yeah.
getting rejected, I think it's eventually gonna have to.
I
All
just
the
hope it
buyers
doesn't
will
get
get
in this
exhausted.
range between there and the open, which is what it's kind of done for like a week now. It's made highs in the morning, and then it's like it's ranged there between the open. So I'm going to be cautious also at 358 from prior support.
There you go. Let's set my timer.
What's that?
I forgot to set my or my timer. I'm just setting it here right now. Every 10 minutes, I take a break. A step back.
Part of me really likes this and wants to get in this drop, but I'm not going to. First off, that we haven't made we don't really have an indication that the market's in a downward trend, micro downward trend at all. This would be awfully aggressive on my strategy to be in this, but I do want to be in this because I do like it.
Yeah, because it rejected.
It's just that's the first
Yeah.
lower high and lower low. I've never tried to be in the first push. It hasn't hit target yet. I think there was 30 ticks there, but
Oh yeah. There was an entry
29 ticks, I think.
4602.
Yeah.
But we just got divergence up again on the 10. I'm not convinced we're going down yet.
Well, I'm not really convinced of anything just yet.
Yeah.
I did like that short, but I'm definitely okay not taking it.
Now we're below the 50 though and everything, so.
Yeah, let's see if the 50 holds here on the 10.
No.
So retested that same fib. What was that, a 50?
Yeah.
From the top? See if this holds. It's touched the 61 extension, so it should go to the 100 if it wants to drop again. Bear sandwich forming here on 10.
Yeah.
Look at the divergence on the 5 at this spot. Whoops. Well, it's either going to bust through this on the 5 or it's going to reject hard. And there it busted through.
I just held along through that. That was amazing for me.
Good.
Yeah. Wow. That's it. Yeah. I got filled right at the top of that. Well, it's my day. Help you now.
I'm about ready for a break here. Oh, 61.
Take a look here. Yeah, so I'm down $80 for the day. 95 for with the commissions.
One and one or 2 and 1?
What do you mean?
How many trades?
Two trades. I'm a trade in 2 contracts.
Oh. Okay, here we go. Well, maybe not. I don't know if I like this.
Well, I made the right decision to scale down.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm into a break here. I'll be back.
Sounds good. Still looking for a short, but I want to see some sort of indication on the 10 that it's actually coming. It's pretty jammed together there. But like Warren mentioned, it's tight. You gotta be in tight and out early. Because we made a lower low here too, and then a higher high, I refibbed it. So this is still the first place I expect it to go, 63.25. Too tight for a trade. Pull back to the 50. There's nice. That was nice right there. I just don't know if it's got a lot of push in it. And everything's so darn tight right now. That was a nice clean setup though. But like this should be giving us 10 point setups like that. I'm at my 25 minutes. I'm going to take a break too and pause the video, and I will be back shortly. Short break. I was going to go feed horses, but it's raining, so I'm going to try that again in my next break. Or get my wife woken up and send her out there. I can say that because I'm pretty sure she'll never watch this video. Just, I don't even know if this is a consolidation zone either, but the market is creating a wall at 386, and so I was going to say it's either going to slowly chisel on it until it breaks through it, or it's going to get slapped down. I broke it. This is about the only time that I wish we still had that Power Pro indicator. I'd like to see if this is like a massively extended wave 3 on the 20.
Yeah. This, pull that off there. Draw a new fib.
Market is so hesitant in new highs, eh? We had this kind of look earlier, right here, where I was tempted to go long, but I didn't.
There, yeah, it's just because of the moment or the structure of the market today. It fakes you out because you're like, okay, now it's time to go long, but yeah, it might pull back into here and just back and forth. But yeah, if I was trading right now, I'd be looking long here pretty soon if this pulls back into a 38 or 50.
I'm looking long right now because it just pulled back to that consolidate or that
Top, yeah, those tops.
that
Yeah,
old
it just
that old resistance. I don't know if that'll come together or not. A little push and a little pull here. Is it even a 38 right now?
no. Well, I'm pulling from
The bottom?
yeah, at 62, but
I'm
as you
pulling from the last pivot.
yeah, then you're probably at a 38.
I don't, and I'm not. This is one of the times that I don't really care because the way it pulled back to that resistance zone. I need the reset on the 5 though. Need a little pullback here. Just get the RSI back. Or do that. Too much. Did make a higher high on the RSI on the 10, so I'm still looking long. We're back to the 50 on the 10.
It's tricky because yeah, the another nice trade set up there back at 05, but this yeah that the way the market's moving, it's barely moving, then it just shoots.
It's still holding here. Getting a little bit of a support area in here at 384. Target would be breaking. I don't think I would hold this thing past 400.
Well, that'd be all time. That'd be a new high. Yeah. All right. I'll be right back.
Sure. I'm very indecisive right now if this is a little area that's going to hold and we're going to pop up somewhere near 400, or is this just setting up to reject and continue the little drop that started here? Market reached 96 and 3/4, 97 maybe. We're looking at the 5 tick here. The 10's got a little bit of work to do before we can take a long.
Okay, I'm back.
You missed nothing.
No, there's not that much volume.
140,000 contracts. It's light today. Just sitting on that area. Maybe test this zone again? I don't know. I can't figure out what this thing wants to do.
Yeah, it is so slow.
I'm changing my mind every 20 seconds on if it's going up or down.
Yeah, that's what I was doing too.
Man alive. I want to be long right there.
Yeah, I was looking at. I wanted to enter right at the last pullback, 10-16-32.
I would have been in at 94 and a quarter, and I would be getting out at 99. Give it 1 point room. Is that even 20 ticks? I don't think so. 20 exactly. Yeah, I'm okay not taking that trade. And that'd be all the way back to my entry. And I would be approaching stop. That's a good non-trade. The bottom is going to fall out of this thing soon. We have to get a good drop here, I would think. I mean, we don't have to get anything, but look at the divergence across the board on the 20. Like starting at like last night's open. It's just a steady higher, lower highs, lower highs, lower highs, lower highs, all through to now, and the market's gone completely the other way.
Yeah.
What I'm talking about is, well, either this pivot or this pivot. 4:02 a.m. Just a steady push down on RSI, and from that same spot in the market, it's only gone up. What's your RSI period?
14.
Which is default, right?
Yeah.
And what's the smooth number?
20.
What is it
20.
though?
What do you mean? What the 3? Oh, the 3, you mean?
Yeah.
I don't know.
And
I don't
then
know.
you get rid of your average line, right?
I just have a 50 line, yeah. And I
But
get rid of my
there's, you
average.
know how the
Yeah.
RSI comes
Yeah.
with like a blue and an orange?
Yeah. Yeah.
Why do you get rid of that?
because I don't need it. It's just extra stuff on the screen that I don't need to look at. Like, I think my trading's starting to turning out to be more psychologically based rules initially, and then I have some confluence in direction, and that's it. With price action, like I'm finding that my best, like even today with my trade, first trade, I would say both trades. I should not. I know my stomach now. I should not have been in those trades. I could tell it wasn't. This was or tighten up those targets to, because I extended them out a little bit, not too much, like much small. I wasn't even 2R. I was 20 and 30. I was so I wasn't 2R, but yeah, I could just tell that this market's so
Yeah,
slow.
I felt better today than I have the past 5 days.
Yeah,
Like my gut has held me from every trade today, and I'm gonna say 3 or 4 times I've been like I've moved my mouse to the trigger, and all 4 times my gut was like, don't do it, and I didn't, and I went against that at least twice in the last 5 days, and they all resulted in, or both of them resulted in stops.
yeah,
I feel much more calm today.
yeah. I feel good too. I feel a little bit of, like, I'll be honest, irritation. I don't want to leave with a red screen, and
Yeah, that's
um,
good. That's
and some
huge.
fear. Yeah, and some fear. I'm like, oh, am I gonna make? I'm on that was day 7. I got $200 to make. Like,
Oh
it's so.
shit. Yeah,
I
but you
got
don't
three
have to
days.
make it in 10 days.
You have to get it done in 10 days, don't you?
No, you have to have 10 trading days.
Oh, that's what it. That's all it is.
You have a year. Actually, you have unlimited amount of time. The thing is, you want to get it done in a month, or you got to pay them another month.
Oh, Jesus, man. I was worried that it
No,
was
you have to have 10 trading days. That's why I was like, just slow down, because the worst is getting there too soon and then having to like get a trade in. Just I had that. I had three or 4 days where I had to get a trade in just to get a trading day counted.
well, yeah. So I was like, do I want to go? Because today I would have been fine if I had just taken. Actually, no, because I scaled back in my trade. I did take. I would have took a $400 loss on
Right.
4
Yeah.
contracts. I scaled back to half my contracts,
Good.
and then my second trade, I actually went long. Where it's not a place to go long just by looking at the on it where support resistance was. But I closed the trade after the market. I watched price action, and I'm like, yeah, this isn't going to break through there.
Hmm.
It and I don't feel like sitting through this, so I closed. I closed. It hit 20 ticks, but I just measured it. It moved my stop up, but it didn't fill me. It hit 20.
Yeah, I've
It
had
didn't
that
fill me,
happen.
and I got filled at. I closed and got filled at like 14 ticks on both
Hmm.
contracts. So I'm showing, after fees are paid and commissions, a $95
Yeah.
drawdown today.
Whoop de doo.
Yeah.
But yeah,
So,
you have to have a minimum of 10 trading days. They don't have to be consecutive, they just have to be 10.
oh well, I
But
got
you
10.
have unlimited amount of time. But after a month is up, say you haven't fulfilled
Pay
your,
again for another.
then you
Pay
got to
me
pay
again
for
for
another month. As soon as you get this thing, like when I, once I had all 10 days and the money I needed to make, I got an email from Lilu saying, we've checked your evaluation, whatever, blah, 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 good job. Then you need to go into your Lilu account and cancel your subscription to the evaluation. Then
Okay.
you'll get 2 more emails saying, I can't remember. And then for me, like they said, it could take up to 48 hours to get your account ready, your performance account. Mine was ready within an hour.
Yeah. Okay.
So yeah, but for you, you need 10 trading days, so that's why it's like just you could just hang out at 2 contracts now. And if it takes you another 4 days, great. If it takes you 3 days, great. If it takes you 7 days, great.
Yeah, and I'm wondering if I should just go. I'm just wondering about my strategy I should be employing, like as far as like ticks, stops, and targets. Um, if I should just stick with
I would stay where you were at. Like, who cares if it's
te-
10 and 15 ticks, man? In this market?
well, no. In this market, yeah, you're right. You're actually right because my chances of getting, I would have got, but today I would have got stopped
Yeah,
and it was
30
400.
tick trades are they're
Yeah,
just not
so
happening right now with a stop loss. If you have no stop or a big stop, yeah, you can still get your 30 and 40 ticks, but the market is very it's going up in small chunks right now or down. But all the moves are small. So, yeah, take 10 and 15 ticks out of the target or out of the like if you took a two contract trade and you got 10 and 15, that's 25, that's $125 with two contracts. So it's not even a 1 to 1, but you're gonna hit those 90% of the time, and you get one of them tomorrow and one the next day, and you've passed your test. And if you don't, who cares?
yeah, no, you're right.
You're not gonna get your test done this week anyways, or your evaluation. So it doesn't matter what day you get it done next week. Like I finished my evaluation right before the market went to chop, and I wish I would have done my evaluation a month ago, so I could have taken advantage of the beginning of June where the market was moving so nice and I was nailing trades.
Yeah. Oh, that'll happen.
Well,
Things
I'm just
happen.
at the point now where I have no stress to make money. Like my account, I'm not paying to be evaluated. So if I don't take a trade for if I take two trades a week until the market gets to some nice moves again, that's fine. The
Yeah,
last few days, I couldn't.
I'm I'm just more focused right now, like on everything we just talked about is great, but I'm more focused on I just want to see what happens if I follow this trade plan because right now the psychological trade plan I'm gonna close up my charts here and go for the day, but I'd like to enter another trade because there's this part of me that's like, no, just get it back and get through this evaluation so it's done,
Mm,
and then you know what I mean.
yeah, so
Just like
huge
Kenzo
growth
stopped
for you
putting
is not
contracts
taking
in.
another trade today.
Yeah, yeah. So, and I'm just really interested to see like why is it that if I'm green, it's okay, and I'm down $95, and it's just like I can't, part of me can't handle that
Hmm.
that feeling.
Well, like we talked about
Whenever I
yesterday,
put,
man, get used to being a good loser because you're gonna win more than you lose. But on your lost days, you need to be able to not even have it
yeah,
register in your mind.
yeah, and that's I'm getting there.
You are.
I feel a lot better now that I'm a little bit better now that I didn't realize it was 10. It was a minimum 10, not you had to have it done in
Unless
10.
you do the express.
Yeah, okay, that's where I got that from with the
Yeah,
Express.
on the
Yeah,
express, you have 10 days and 10 days only. You have to trade all 10 days, not nine.
right.
So you have a minimum of 10 and a maximum of 10 with the express.
Okay.
With any of the regular ones, it's unlimited amount of time and um, 10 minimum trading days. Wow, it just slammed right through 14,400.
Yeah, it's man, it's in uncharted territory here, so
Yeah.
it might just do this. It might just continue chipping its way up, plugging its way up. So in our way of trading, it's difficult to pick an entry.
Well, if all the signs were pointing up and the market was moving, I'm okay taking longs, but there's been, like I said, everything's divergence to the downside today. So it's like every single time you go long, my the question in my mind is this where the market tops out and drops? And then I'm gonna feel like an idiot. So I'm gonna just I'd rather wait for either the indicators to start indicating that long trades are actually coming or
Yeah.
wait for a short. Volume is mostly buying here this morning. Obviously, it's what's pushing the market up, but yeah, the signals are pointing down. Like right there, nice little long setup there, pulling back to that little triple top. 1, 2, 3 little pivots there. Price pulls back to it, but I just struggling to go long today. And there's another trade that you would have been 5 ticks in, and then it's pulling back below your entry.
Yeah, it's almost like today I'm looking at it. It's almost like you gotta wait. It's like an ABC push up, ABC push up. So if you go on that first B, it goes down to the C, takes you out, and then goes up again.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it seems like it's doing. Because I'm just looking at my where I entered. It was literally A, B, C,
Yep.
and then my second one was the end of a C, so I should have been in earlier, and I would have got filled on both targets. The delay, but the problem was I didn't really get a pullback on the 5 if I had a, but sometimes there's a wick bar. I suppose I did. Yeah, actually I did. I could have been in a bit earlier. So all good to know. But there was some hesitation because of the way the market was moving, the way just the speed of it. So yeah, today really would be a good day to not enter any trades when you're trading, for me.
Mm-hmm. I agree. I think I'm gonna call it. What time is it? 10:30. Yeah, I mean we
Yeah, I'm
might get a
done.
nice move somewhere, but
Okay, man. Well, this will be day 3 of this, and
yeah, good
if we
job.
if we talk
Huge.
tomorrow and nothing's changed from this
Well,
conversation,
and
then
like I said, losing money and walking away and being okay with it, it's a huge part of what's required to be successful, and it's
well,
hard for
well,
alpha males to accept that.
yeah, that
Like I said, man, we talked
this isn't losing. This is winning. What
well,
I'm
it's
doing right now
long-term
is
winning.
winning.
It's
It's
long-term
winning.
winning. Short-term,
Yeah.
it's losing, and that's what's tough for us.
But I look at this. I entered a trade. I see where I shouldn't entered. I entered a trade and closed it in profit. So it's a win for me. You know, I was down 200. Now I'm down $95. So I minimized my downside. So that's the if I'm trading, 20 contracts or 10 contracts instead of 2 contracts, it's the same trading once the psychology's there.
Hmm.
It's the same. It's the same approach and attitude. So this is fucking training day. Sorry, you have to edit that out.
I don't edit these videos, so I actually YouTube the other day because I think I had 2 F-bombs on one of these, and apparently it's okay to swear on YouTube. It's just if your page is like excessive swearing and other
Yeah,
bad words, you'll get reprimanded. But I'm not. I don't have video editing software. I don't want to get into that.
yeah,
Once I get my new internet, I want to do just a live stream because I think is much simpler.
yeah.
Um, we'll see. I'd like to figure out how we could possibly share your screen and my screen on a live stream. But I think a lot of people are going to be able to. I've gotten a lot of feedback that people are able to learn a lot just from watching my trading and listening to both of us discussing the market together.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, no, man, I'm happy. I'm happy it's working. And yeah, down the road, who knows where we can take this.
Well, and I have rewatched a lot of our days, because that was the whole purpose. That was my original intent. Was let's record ourselves just like any athlete, so he can watch himself and make the adjustments. And I mean, I rewatched my 5 losing days in a row, and not on all my trades, but on a couple of them, you could see that there was like this anxiousness to trade and entering outside of the rules, not way outside, but just outside enough that they don't work. And today I felt way more relaxed like I was 2 weeks ago when I was hammering out winning trades. And it's like, no, if the market doesn't give me what I want, I'm just gonna let it go. I don't
Yeah,
care.
yeah. But also too, like one thing I hope that I always caution when we get talking about is we want to become the best traders and win and understand our edge the best and trade our method to the absolute maximum potential it offers. But at the same time, realize that you're 5 days trading. Okay, you found 2 trades that you feel were error trades, but at the same time, that's the game of probability and uncertainty
Yeah,
we're in. You're going to have a stretch like that.
totally.
They may come, and we have to be able to have a psychological trade plan that
Yeah.
walks us through those times and understanding that. Yeah,
Yeah, that
finding
was
errors
huge
is
for
one.
me
Yeah,
to be able to take five losing days in a row, and one day was 215, one day was 190, the other days were 100 or less, and then to get back into the green yesterday. I look at those 5 days and it's like, yeah, you didn't hardly lose any money.
yeah, yeah. Well, that's the
In the
key.
past, that was going to lead down a minimum $1,000 black hole, minimum, in 5 days. By day three, it would have been revenge trading. I got to get back. Pissed
Yeah,
off. And
yeah,
I felt a little bit of that pissed offness creeping in there the other day. But I was actually telling a trader yesterday if I could go back in time and talk to myself a year and a half ago when I started this journey, out of all of the things I could tell myself, the one thing I would tell myself is this is more of a marathon than you could ever understand. And if you can slow this down as much as possible, you're going to reach success, financial success, so much quicker. And like I was watching some trading videos the other day of me last June. I was trading 5 contracts last June.
I saw one on YouTube. I watched of you the other day,
Yeah.
and just it was yeah, it popped up on my feed. Yeah, you were. I think it was 4 that I
Yeah.
saw.
Well, I don't think I ever recorded a 5 contract trade that made YouTube,
Yeah,
but I made one successful 5 contract trade ever. One. And they were all to 2.2. Like that was before I ever scaled. So that was $550. But I think I was down like 220 prior to that or something like that. Back then, 9 tick stop, call it 10, $50. Yeah, I was down 250 because I'd taken a stop prior. But I was killing it last June. And and then I probably had a couple days like I just had, and the wheels just fell apart. But when I was trading 5 contracts last June, I had $3,000 in my account. But we didn't
yeah,
understand risk management and proper, like, you need a trading strategy, you need a psychological strategy, you need a risk management strategy. And which
yeah,
one's the most important? They're all important. They're all equally
yeah,
important. If I had to pick one, I'd say it's the psychological one, but they're all equally important. And we never learned about that. And I think that's what killed most people was so massively over leveraged.
Yeah.
And so the people that I'm helping now, they want to go to 2 contracts. They want to go to 3 contracts. And I'm like, if I could go back in time, I would say, listen, man, you're gonna bang out $100 bills. 20 tick trades, $100. Bang out $100 trades until you've turned your $2,500 account into 10 grand. Because
And
at
are you?
that point, you've probably built some solid mental game, and you've built your confidence. And building your account is the least important thing that we do. Building our confidence and getting confidence in our strategy, getting confidence in ourselves, getting confidence in our psychological side, our mental game. Those are more important than building your account, but they all go hand in hand.
Yeah.
And I just, I think if I could give myself any advice a year and a half ago, it would have been that. Just relax. This is going to take you a, you know, it's going to take you a year to make 10 grand. And if you can accept that on day one, you'd probably make a hell of a lot more than 10 grand your first year. But we all had this belief that you could make all of this money your first year, and that's bullshit.
A million in 10 months.
Yeah, bullshit.
Yeah. Well,
One
I
guy
mean,
did it.
well, that's the thing. If he didn't have PenQ, it probably would have fell apart faster. He would have had a stroke earlier. He may not get found out because he had PenQ to
Yeah, let's
leverage
not
off.
talk about names.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, can you edit this? You can cut this, can't you?
No, I'm not. This is good stuff.
Yeah.
People need to hear this.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I just don't care to talk about the past
Yeah.
in
No.
negative ways. I just,
No.
like I said, I
I'm
anyone
just.
new coming into day trading, it's like strap in for the long haul. Um, don't quit your job because you can't figure this out in a year.
Well, and the pressure will just blow you up faster.
Yeah, if like I said, and I was in a position job wise where I probably could have went to my boss and said, "Hey, can I trade from my office for an hour in the morning?" And I probably could have. And if I would have done that and kept it slow,
Yeah.
maybe 6 months later, a year later, maybe I would have been in a place where I could quit. I mean, I wanted out of the patch back then. I was probably at the
Oh,
best job I had in all my years in the patch, but I think I was already burnt out. No regrets.
yeah.
I The grind is what's gotten me here, but yeah, good psychology day today.
Yeah. What was I gonna say? I can't remember now. But yeah, absolutely. That's what it is. There's so much more to this than just sitting in. You got to get the screen time in, but there's so much into preparing yourself for this, your brain for this,
Hmm.
and that comes. Yeah, if I if you got no mortgage, you're sitting on $500,000. You can put $50,000 into your trading account, or start with 10, and then once you see you're consistent over 3 months with that 10,000, put it up. You probably won't need to put any more in. But that's one thing I saw now. If I had done this, I would have done all that. I wouldn't have. I wouldn't have. Yeah, when I look back on it, just the over leveraging and the stress to move forward and taking trades on a system that I don't even believe is, to me, it just doesn't see. Yeah, it is what it is.
Hmm.
I haven't really thought about it that much. We just started talking about it. It always interests me how it captivates people, this stuff. And then if somebody grabs onto the right emotions that people
Hmm.
have, it's just like how we all gravitate towards that stuff.
Hmm.
And I always wonder how many people are actually trading still. That it was, say the number was around 200 folks got involved, and
It
then
was
how
about
many
200.
how many are actually still actively trading like we are?
I don't know, maybe 50. I'm just guessing. I don't know, man.
Yeah, it's probably, yeah. I would say 50 because 75%
Well,
to
I'm doing a
95.
free class tonight, and I don't think there's 30 people signed up. And when we
Yeah,
started doing free classes in January, we were getting like 80. So
yeah.
that to me, and that was why we did it, was I want to see who's left in the community. And unfortunately, I don't know. Maybe there's 50, maybe there's 100, maybe there's 10. I really don't know. It's too bad because there was a good group of people, but it's all good.
Well, it was
I'm just
never
gonna do my thing.
the only reason it was a good group of people is because of the dishonesty in the craft. Like it was,
Yeah,
yeah. If you sold what it actually takes to become successful in this, you would have had a smaller group of people to
yeah,
start with.
yeah.
That's just my opinion.
I agree.
Like if somebody told, I would have still done but I know I would have because I was doing it already. I was set up. I
Well,
had a
yeah, and
scalp.
you traded
I had a,
crypto back in
I
the
had a,
day.
oh yeah, I had a scalping system set up for Bitcoin,
Hmm.
and I just done a leverage course, and I was going to start implementing this scalp. It's funny enough if I went back and looked at my notes and the course because I still have it somewhere. It's it was an RSI, but the RSI period was brought back to like 4, and then I can't remember on the chart what you did. It was just one chart, and if you had an RSI above the 70 line, you sold. It's something, and it had to do something, and then and the RSI below the 30 line, you bought. And this happened 2 or 3 times a morning, North American time. But it was similar to this, similar to the style of trading, because I wanted to be in and out of the market in 45 minutes to an hour. I didn't want to be in front of screens all day, like some
Hmm.
people.
I'm just playing with my period number right now. That's interesting how it changes.
Well, if you think about it, it's taking 14 periods. So what is one period equal?
I have no idea. All I know is the
So
smaller the number, the bigger the range.
yeah, and if you take a
So I went
if
to
you do it,
7 and it's like you're having a heart attack.
yeah,
You go to 14 and it's like you're climbing a steep hill. And if you go to 21, it's like
then
you're having a nap
yeah,
on the couch,
yeah.
if I can use that analogy.
But regardless,
What do we use? 21 or
we use
14?
14. Yeah, it doesn't matter what period you have. You just back test it and go, okay, when it does this,
Right.
this, and this.
But what were we using so I can go back to where I was?
14,
And the
14 for
smooth was
default.
3.
Yeah, 14 3. Yeah.
What happens if we change that number? Oh, that changes that orange line, which I don't like. I don't really know what the RSI is. I've learned to read it, but I don't understand what it represents per se.
As far as I know, it looks at buying orders against selling orders during a certain period, and then graphs it. So it gives you
Cool.
strength. Is there more buyers? Is there more sellers?
I might actually look at getting rid of it like you did. Is it really required?
Which one?
The orange line.
Well, it just follows that. It's just the average, isn't it?
It is the average of what though?
I don't know. It doesn't make any. I
Like
saw it on
if
Thursday.
you change the smooth to 1, it just overlaps the blue line. If you change it to a big number, it's way further away from the blue line.
Yeah,
But
I
uh,
watched the video. I didn't watch the video, but I liked the title of the video. The Trader Fest, whatever. It's this free conference coming up on 26th, 27th. I signed up for, and I want to listen to this one lady speak at it. Her title was "You're Your Best Indicator,"
mhm.
and yeah, if I could get rid of more indicate, I don't know that I will, but I'm finding if I could get down to one to two screens again, I'd be happy. But I just don't think it's ever going to happen because I'm not willing to take more than 20 tick stop, but I need that extra
Yeah, I think
25.
these three screens are required or three charts. I do often wonder if I can move two to. I really like having one chart on each screen.
Yeah. No, this is good. I'm set. I'm set now. I'm gonna get another portable. So I'm gonna have my laptop and two 15-inch, 15.6, three 15.6 screens.
Mm-hmm.
The laptop in the middle, and then two of the portables that are so easy to set up.
Mm-hmm.
And we just got a nice pullback to 50. If you're watching the market,
I am.
but I'm gonna go see my daughters.
Yeah, I'm gonna go feed the horses and see what wife and baby are doing.
Okay, man. We'll
All
chat
right. Well,
tomorrow.
I feel like that was more of a psychology podcast today than it was trading, but I
Yeah.
think it was good.
Yeah. Well, I'm learning. For me, my trading is my psychology.
Oh, I couldn't agree more.
All
Couldn't
right.
agree
Have a
more.
good day. We'll
Okay,
talk
buddy.
to you later. Cheers.
Bye.